Hello, welcome everyone. Today is a good day to be a good guy. So, remember the other day, thank you all so much for your birthday wishes to my mom. That was so nice of you. I love you guys. And if you didn't see any emails, I think I wrote back everyone who had written me about class. One of our lovely dear friends is on vacation, so we're just going to see if we're starting this week or next week. So if you'd like to join our Tuesday tarot class, I don't know if it's starting tonight or next week. We're just waiting to hear back from her. I have some great news for the good guys, and I've really struggled with telling you guys about this. We have a rule. Well, it's old news now, but we had a rule that was no breaking news. We don't break news here. We read energy. We found some stuff in Idaho. They're getting there. The rest of the world. That was 100% in paper. I mean, it wasn't energy. It was a document or documents. Anyway, that's old news now. What we have today is borderline. Actually, no, I'm not going to carry any of the guilt. I have been sitting on this for a day. I was feeling really guilty about it, but this is not my guilt to carry. My job is to expose the truth of the earth, the ley lines, fix all of the trash they've been doing, acting like Alberts for 400 years down there in Canton. So the other day we were doing a reading and I kept getting, there is a federal case here. Remember, I was like, I got to check the docket. It's called PACER. Anyone can do it. And I did. Clean up. And he wants to run away. There are legal proceedings. You know what I just got? I have a subscription to the feds. Has anyone checked the feds docket yet? Wonder if these are bigger. He was in debt below ground level. I had a feeling the second we got supplier, just give me goosebumps. Underground tunnel, afternoon traffic, and yikes. And you won't even believe what I found. Ladies and gentlemen, I am never proud to out anyone or put them on blast. That's not even my style. I'm not like that, but I am today, right now. I would like to tell everyone, and at 2 minutes and 36 seconds, you can see my screen. Chris Albert has a case from January 18th, 2002. Chris, this is a federal case. His charges, Choma. Are we allowed to say that word? Child pictures of children, 1,500 of them. And we're going to go through the entire case right now. We're going to do it together. Chris, sorry, but when you weave a lie, councilman, did you forget to put that on your resume? They tried to bury this so hard. It was literally like an angelic moment. We were doing a reading. It was like, we were working on Matt, and it was like, check the docket. And I did. And here we are. And I know this is breaking news because Christopher Albert and Chris. I also am curious. I don't know when Colin, that D-bag, was born, but it was probably right around then. And so maybe we can work with some sympathy. In my personal humble opinion, everyone as a survivor, I don't even like to identify as that, because when you, in my training, when you start with identifying as, it's even here, like, what do you do for work? Oh, I'm a director. Oh, I'm a mom. Once you strip that down, that's fine. In my personal humble opinion, 99.999% of Chomos have been touched. So we can go and I got that in a reading when I did Brian. Well, here's Christopher with his very own case with the federal government. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. United States of America versus Albert. I'm not going to read you all the stuff. I actually have another copy of it with some highlights so we can skim, because I thought it was important. In order for the lies and the generational drama that they have down there, which everyone probably has, you have to be compliant. They talked about the Germans, like, oh, you couldn't smell this in town. That's compliant. You're not speaking up. So I'm using my voice, and I'm going to speak truth to Canton. And for all the moms that, what's her name? The really fun one. She's on the board. She used to be a businesswoman. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. She has short brown hair. Well, now it might be longer, but hopefully her name will come to me. He's on the town council, and he is a, wait for it, Chomo. So we're going to go through the summary. January 18th, 2002. So I was in Europe then, graduating college. And the United States of America versus Christopher Albert, defendant case CRA 01. And if you guys want to read it, if you want me to do this really in depth, I don't want to, but I will. He was represented by John Swamley, and Wood of Boston. He's the defendant. The district attorney was John McNeil. This is the order from District Judge Gorton. The defendant, Christopher Albert, was indicted for possession of child pictures in violation of 18 U.S.C., and this is the number of the law he broke. 5B, distribution. We have possession and distribution of child pictures in violation of Code 18 U.S.C. and criminal forfeiture. Oh, you guys, I figured out how to say mimicry. Huh. Anyway, criminal forfeiture under 18. Pending before the court are the defendants. Number one motion, to suppress the evidence seized on April 19th of 2000. We're going to figure out how Chris Albert, oh, pizza? Drop your kid off. Usually I would never feel comfortable doing this, but our friend John has been busy, and I think whoever told me that there was like a power surge yesterday, I was channeling yesterday, and his soul fractured too. So we did a soul retrieval to help him get stronger. And I wonder if it was around the same time. So Christopher Albert would like to get all the evidence seized on April 19th of 2000 and would like to have a hearing, evidentiary hearing. That's docket number 24. Motion to dismiss. Just dismiss it. It's going to be on a technicality. Not the fact that he had 1,500 pictures of children. Motion to dismiss the indictment as unconstitutional, and ex parte motion for funds for employment of a forensic computer expert. This is the story. On March 24th of 2000, an undercover postal inspector, Richard J. Irving, accepted an order to purchase a videotape containing child pictures, along with $35 from a man named, I don't even want to put this guy on blast, from a man named Middleman. Based on that order, the inspector obtained a search warrant for Middleman's home in Massachusetts and executed the warrant on April 4th of 2000 during the controlled delivery of the videotape. This is like straight out of every playbook. During the execution of the warrant, the middleman revealed incriminating information regarding the defendant, Christopher Albert. Middleman stated that he met *72. Those numbers are going to be important to us. Oh, well, equals 9. Oh, 9 plus 9 is 18. That he met *272, Albert, and communicated with Albert over the internet, and that he visited Albert in his Leominster home on 4 occasions. On 3 of those occasions, Albert showed Middleman images of the child pictures that were stored on the hard drive of his computer. In either November or December of 1999, Albert allegedly visited Middleman's home, bringing with him a CD-ROM containing images of child pictures. Albert downloaded roughly 1,500, I can't believe he's not in jail, 1,500 images of child pictures to Middleman's computer from the CD-ROM. Remember, these are the days when, you might be too, no, everyone here is old enough, probably. This was like the day I was just getting a cell phone at this time. Based on the information offered by Middleman, the Postal Inspector Irving obtained a search warrant for the defendant's home on April 19th, 2000. Attached to the warrant were the Irving's affidavit supporting finding a probable cause and a list of property to be seized, entitled Schedule A. This is where he's going to find his technicality. I don't think he gets out of it, though. The warrant explicitly mentions Irving's affidavit on its face, but contained no reference. This is the technicality, but contained no reference to Schedule A. Schedule A listed the following items to be seized: computers and all related computer equipment, peripherals, related instructions in the form of manuals and notes, as well as the software utilized to operate such a computer. Computer storage devices, such as hard disks, CDs, diskettes, tapes, laser discs, and some other disk. The following documents containing references to or relating to child pictures or communication with or about minors, correspondence including electronic, notes, papers, ledgers, personal telephone and address books, memoranda, faxes, some of these words are a little older than I am, photographs, and other depictions of children. Number 4, telephone and toll records and internet billing and use records. Photographs, negatives, photographic slides, videotapes, magazines, graphic image files. Oh, and I just want you guys to know, I sent this to Nettie this morning because I think this would probably be pretty helpful when Mr. Albert gets on the stand to ask him a few things about this. So hopefully, David, we'll see it. The authorities seized Albert's computer, CD-ROMs, disc, videotapes, a photo album, a calendar, and some children's clothing. What the? Subsequently, on January 3rd of 2001, the defendant was indicted for possession. Wait a second. Oh, okay. I thought this was a 2-part charge. So they searched his house in April of 2000, January of the following year, charged him. He was indicted for possession of Chomos pics in violation of Rule 18 U.S.C, blah, blah, blah. distribution, so we have our charges: possession, distribution, and forfeiture. I think that's, I don't know what that is, maybe trading. Could probably look it up. This is the defendant's motion to suppress the evidence. The defendant seeks to suppress the evidence seized on in his home on April 19th, 2000 on the grounds that this is technicality. Like the warrant on his face failed the particular requirement of the Fourth Amendment, and the defect is uncured by the warrant application and affidavit. The affidavit in support of the warrant lacks probable cause. So this guy, what this is saying is the postal inspector, who's also has the authority of police officers, which I guess I knew, but he didn't, the Schedule A that seized all of his stuff wasn't written on the paper. So he had Schedule A. That's like, we want all of his computers, his phone. This is when you were still picking up home phones. And all of the children's clothing. Like, what kind of, everyone has their own opinion about this. And I'm not really here to out anyone. But when John, Sandra, and Karen are jammed up, we just shine light on the darkness. I do not carry guilt for this, and I've set sacred space. So the guy, the postal inspector, had the warrant, but he didn't staple Schedule A. That was what the police were going to seize. So now this is Chris's lawyers fighting about that. It's kind of boring, but we'll get into it. Because of the audacity. The defendant would like to suppress the motion on the grounds that the warrant on its face fails the particular requirements of the Fourth Amendment. Okay, I do like respecting our amendments. And that defect is uncured by the warrant application and affidavit. The affidavit in support of the warrant lacks probable cause. Truth, he forgot to staple it. The seizure and the offsite search of the computer and CD-ROM were not authorized by the warrant on its face. They had the warrant and they didn't have them. Of all the corruption, this would be, I would say, if he does get out of this, I haven't read the whole thing. If he gets out of this, this was, I'm going to say, intentional. If he gets out of it, if he doesn't get out of it, I'm going to say, go Massachusetts. The seizure of the offsite search of the computer and the CD-ROMs were not authorized by the warrant on its face, and the search exceeded the probable cause established by the warrant application and affidavit. I just want to talk to him because he's going to love this. On March 24th of 2000, an undercover postal inspector accepted an order to put, this is like a drug deal, but with kitty pictures, to purchase a videotape containing child pictures along with $35 from a man named Middleman. I'm not going to blast this guy because that's his own jam. And we don't usually do breaking news. In fact, I made a rule that's the only rule. And don't be a dick. We don't do breaking news here. We didn't for the Idaho 4 case. That case, I don't know why, but everyone's catching up. It'll come out, but we did for this case. And I really struggled with blasting this out because that's not really my comfortable spot, but we get to do uncomfortable things when we work for the light. And if they had just done the right thing from the beginning, we wouldn't have to turn the light on. Plus it breaks the karmic. So a middleman paid $35 for kitty porn back in 2000. The postal inspector, who carries the weight of a police officer, federal cop, he's like an FBI agent. It sounds like he made an affidavit. Based on that order, the inspector obtained a search warrant for the middleman's home. Okay. They did that search warrant, and during the execution, this guy wanted to sing because the Chomos don't usually do very well in prison. If you haven't gotten the memo, Chris. I don't know. gloating for your downfall, but this is a big secret that you've been able to keep in. Everything's breaking. And Turtle Boy is going to love this. So the middleman said that he had incriminating evidence against Christopher Albert. He said that he met him over the internet and he visited his home. I mean, I'm telling you, Colin, poor Colin. Touch people, hurt people, hurt people. You don't get born and want to touch kids. That's not normal. That's a learned behavior. I've been saying that for years. So, and I also got a year ago that these Albert boys were touched. I've already said that Brian Albert has mommy issues. I know that. You don't get to be this lack of love. He has mommy issues. We already knew that. And I think he was touched. I've also mentioned that. That's just my opinion based the cards told me. Well, Brian Albert is 100% balls deep and he's here. And so is his little girlfriend. And his mommy issues are here. Well, here's our proof. I don't need proof for this, but anyway. So the middleman rats on Chris Albert. And so this inspector he's like, literally, I should just call him the FBI. He has the authority of an FBI agent, gets a warrant for Chris Albert's house. He showed, all right, so what he did with the middleman, he showed him pictures that were stored on a hard drive of his computer. In December or November of 99, Albert visited the middleman's residence, bringing with him a CD-ROM containing images of child pictures. And he downloaded roughly 1,500 images of children for $35. You could buy a pizza for $35. Back then, that might have been worth $50. So he gives him 1,500 pictures. Based on the information offered by our middleman, the postal inspector obtained a search warrant for Chris Albert's home on April 19th of 2000. When was Colin born? How many brothers does he have? 2? He's getting busted touching children. He's not on any list. I don't really love that list. After I watched the documentary of the mom who created it, I have hesitation, but I have my own opinions about everything government. Pictures. 1,500, okay. So they go over to his house and they search his house. This is what they find. This is the alarming part. Well, more alarming. They found, I don't know where I was. I paused you because I wanted to skip all the work. There's 14 pages of legal jargon, but what I wanted to show you was he has been convicted of Chomos 99, 95, 96, and 99. The defense claimed clerical error. Well, he's not on any registry at all. How many clerical errors are we going to believe? None. I don't buy any of them, and I'm going to do it for you. Or if Turtle Boy wants to, I don't know. Turtle Boy is going to like this. Well, okay. In this court ruling, the warrant was valid. One of the arguments, because they seized, I'll tell you everything they seized. They seized a lot of stuff. So we already know that he did that. They seized hard disks, CDs, diskettes, tapes, laser discs, all computer equipment, all of the how-to, videotapes, magazines, graphic image files, computer-generated image files, negatives, photographs. With Albert's consent, they also searched the detached garage, the basement, the first floor, and they seized his computer, his CD-ROMs, all the discs, tapes, photo albums, a calendar, and some children's clothing. there was a motion to suppress. The motion was denied, but most of the items seized were allowed into this court hearing, or to this trial. But two pairs of the children's pants, whose children? And whose pants are they? A bag of children's bathing suits. He had a pool, didn't he fill in his pool? And a calendar of boys was ruled outside the scope and suppressed. The rest of the motion was denied. So this is what we know. And what we know about Chris Albert. He was convicted of being a Chomo in 95, 96, and 99. Also, we don't know the outcome of this federal case in 2002. And I know in the 2 seconds I did a Google search, he's not on any of the registries. He should be for his prior convictions. We can chalk it up to clerical errors. Like, how many clerical errors do we have? None. Like, you put an inverted video up, you're trash. So that's what we know. And that's just the beginning, because I'm about to go headfirst into this rabbit hole. Because without exposing the darkness, we can't change this pattern of mimicry. I can't believe I couldn't pronounce mimicry. I think someone probably in class, one of our friends, the one friend I talk about, we call it shop, told it's mimicry. Oh, duh. Well, that's how we break it. We bring light to the darkness. So Chris Albert and all of you lovely, beautiful Canton friends, you have this should be national news. I wonder if I should send this to like ABC. I should. I might. They have a little bit of a problem down there in Canton because somehow there were so many clerical errors that this Chomo didn't get on any list, or this federal case. He should have been. I don't know if he did prison time. Chris, everything is fact here today. If you'd like me to send you your thing, I'll go ahead and do that. If you're looking for it, the case number, if you want to read it, or if you want me to read it with you, I'd be more than happy to, is CRA 01-40001-NMG. With that, I will love you and leave you. Thank you all for coming. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to do another I'd like to do a reading, but I'm going to screenshot every offender list he's not on. By law, he needs to be on it. Megan's list came out in 96. So still three of the 4 cases he should be on a list because they're like the highest level of offenses. And with that, I will love you and leave you. Feels good to shine the light. Thank you all for coming. I'll be here all day. Bye, Chris.